Okay, and we are back with LattMackey for the second of his two-game series, Ninja Spirit. Take it away, Lat.
Welcome back, everybody. So this is Ninja Spirit on the TurboGrafx 16, and one thing you do need to know before we get into this game is that the console, the TurboGrafx 16 console, the controllers actually came with turbo switches on the controller. So basically, and actually so far, every game that we have a leaderboard for, we accept turbo because it's part of the console. It was built into that. And this game is one of those games that takes advantage of the turbo. You'll notice that there's going to be a lot. I actually won't use the sword at all in this run. The speed strats are to use the grenade, and it helps use engaging the turbo to put a bunch of grenades on screen so you can get rid of the enemies, reduce lag, get to the end as fast as you possibly can. So this is Ninja Spirit. It's one of the few Ninja games for the console, and it's super fun. If you do get it, this one's available on the virtual console as well if you're at all interested. It's really fun to play. There's a tons of different weapons, tons of different strats, and the speed run of it is really good. It's going to be less than 15 minutes. It's a really fun speed run to learn because it's quite straightforward. We don't have any game breaking glitches quite yet in this game, but there is a really fun good leaderboard and a lot of helpful people in the community to help you learn the game if you're at all interested. So here we go. We're gonna start. We're gonna start this thing off in three. Oh, hang on, I gotta work for the title screen. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. So there is some ninja lore into this game, and I'm sure it's great. And one day I may actually learn it. But there is something about your spirit with the something and a howling wolf. I'm sure it's a really good story, but I'm not quite sure what it is. So I know that you're a ninja dude. And you'll notice right away I'm going to switch to the grenades, and a lot of the run is routed around the power up. So I'm actually going to be doing a quick turn back here to get this power up here as soon as this guy. Oh, I'm going to do it now. So now I have one spirit behind me, and I am also using grenade, but also the red is rapid fire. So when I fire now, you'll notice that I can fire a bunch of different grenades in the air. I'm going to actually try to be conservative or be careful about when I'm actually shooting the grenades because it can cause lag if you put too many sprites on screen. Like that was one of the times you saw it just lagged out right there. So there's actually a third spirit you can get, and I'm not going to get it until I absolutely need to because once again, it kind of causes some lag. So as a speed run, you want to move as fast as you possibly can. Oops, got to jump there. Okay. You do have 5 health. This is an arcade port as well. And in the arcade version, it's one hit death. Everything kills you. So one of those things you need to be aware of as you're getting into this. As you can imagine, as the arcade game designed to get you to put more quarters in the machine. So they did the one hit death thing. There are ninjas and spirits of Freddy. I think that's perfectly reasonable to assume of this game. This is the first boss of the game, and he looks really awesome. And unfortunately, we're not going to get a chance to see any of his full cycles. So it is what it is going to be. But he's really cool looking. And if you play this in a casual playthrough, using the swords on this boss is really fun and all this kind of stuff. But you know what? That's about all it's going to be. That's it. So that's the first level. There are 7 levels in this game. Oh my gosh, I hope it's 7 levels. And we're off to the second level where I'm going to be trying to fire as little as possible. Once again, it's important to avoid the lag by firing the least amount you can on grenades. But if you do put grenades in the ground, you'll notice that they do detonate once an enemy hits them, so they'll actually wait there until an enemy hits. The jumping mechanic in this game is really awesome. You can do a huge jump. It's really floaty. But once again, for the speed run, you don't. There are some things you want to be in control of with your jump. I will be using the full jump later on. In the run, and you'll notice that coming up. Not in the next level, but the level after that, and the level after that. So I don't want to get that. That's a third spirit, and I don't want that guy because it'll slow me down for a little bit until I get to where I actually need him. This game is pretty RNG as far as enemies and things like that go. And I'll mention the run killers as we get up to it, but it's still so I actually learned this game as part of a 12-hour challenge, and it's one of those type of games where you absolutely can learn this in a 12-hour challenge. The current world record holder in this game is Bald Nate, and he has a time that is I think he has 8:59 now. I think he's at just under 9-minute world record run, which is pretty awesome. He takes the most riskiest paths and strats. It's really fun to watch actually, because he has so much experience with the game. It's almost comical how brazen he is with aggressiveness. So if I don't attack that first, we call those guys the DeVitos, these guys here. If you get a certain pattern, you can actually have them despawn completely. And I didn't quite get it. It's a bit RNG dependent, but either way, you can just jump over him. Actually, gonna be a little more careful here. You notice I'm taking full jumps here. I'm gonna be putting a little more grenades than normal on screen just to play it a little more play it safe. Excuse me. And the guys with the bows at the bottom of the screen, those guys they will one hit kill you. One hit and you're dead with those guys. So you really want to take care of those guys as fast as you possibly can. This is the ending boss of this level, so when you hit a certain spot, it just despawns him, so plays it safe. Interestingly enough, almost all of the bosses in this game have some sort of mechanic where you can destroy them pretty easy. There's only really one challenging boss in the entire game. We'll get to that when we get there. So here's where a lot of runs start to die if you're just learning this game, and that's because there's some heavy RNG here on where these guys spawn, and you really have to be exact with where you're hitting the grenades to hit them. I'm going to do slight turnbacks, and that's just to avoid some lag. So you'll see those guys doing their thing. You can avoid them, and you want to, or else you die. Oh, this is a scary one. Okay, we got there. Yeah, that was actually... We had nice RNG there. What ninjas? You can't see them. They're invisible. You can't see the ninjas. I mean, that'd be an interesting mechanic, making the ninjas invisible. So here you can walk on the ceiling, which is really cool. Man, that's actually... So typically that level lags out big time, and we just got really lucky on some RNG there with having some really lack of lag there. That's pretty nice. I'm finally going to power up my third spirit right here. And we have full health going into the boss. That's actually kind of great. I don't mind taking a hit here. I don't want to take that many hits, but that's okay. This is a really heavy RNG boss. And just really an easy way to die here. Okay, well that was a little bit slow, but not too bad. We didn't die on it. That boss can easily RNG you to death. You've actually played this game in the arcade. I've heard it's brutal. I've never actually seen a board of it, though. Or an arcade cabinet of it. Sounds interesting, though. So here is the one vertical scrolling level, which is really cool. You're gonna there's a pattern here. You want to jump through these rocks. And I'm going to focus here just a little bit so I can actually get the right pattern. Oops. Overjumped that one. And this level, if you miss one of these jumps, can really cause you some problems. And we got through it pretty quick. That actually wasn't bad at all. That boss is one of the easier ones, obviously, as well. And we are off to stage 6, which is... This is where all the runs die. And I'm sure Dog Developer will let you know. He has run this game. But everything basically one hit kills you. Not one hit kills you, but everything can really hurt you in this level. Those guys are one hit kills if they touch you. So I'm going to be doing some kind of weird strats here where I'm going to be turning back, and that's purely for safety. I want to preserve my health here. I already have a hit. These jumping guys are the only guys that don't one hit kill you. Those bow throwing guys most definitely do. Avoiding that bullet. Oh man, ooh, that was close. Almost died there, folks. Okay. But you'll notice putting all of these sprites on screen most definitely causes some lag. How did I not die there? I jumped right into that guy and I didn't die. That was so lucky. And here we have 46 seconds or whatever it is. This guy does not hit you at all, but you just wait here for a very long time. So if anybody has any good jokes, now would be the time. Or maybe we can discuss any good movies coming out. No, I'm just kidding. This would be the... This guy is one of the DeVito guys, but there's actually 3 of him, so that's why it takes so long to kill him. And I don't know if it's on a timer. Oh, 45 seconds. My apologies. Shawnee, it kind of seems that way, right? That stage 6 is just the bad level. It turns so on TurboGrafx 16, the games, the cartridges themselves are the size of like a credit card. So we weren't able to hold a whole bunch of memory, not very much at all. And so that's why a lot of the games are actually kind of similar length and similar times. Yeah, you don't have to kill him, right? Dog, it just ends up. Okay, and here's another big RNG spot. We're going to be jumping through a pit of ninjas. I kid you not, a pit of ninjas. If you have any RNG Jesus, now would be the time to put him in the chat. Anything can happen. The run could totally come to a complete stop right here. So, let's get him. It's one of the craziest things I've ever seen in a video game. I'm not even sure what they were thinking when they put this in here. And you'll see why in just a second here. 1, 2, okay, we actually got through it. We only have 1 health, though. This is really scary. We could easily die, folks. In fact, we probably will. This is going to be really tough. It's really tough to beat this boss on one. I triggered a smoke that unfortunately destroyed me, but... Oh, man, I hit it and I died at the same time. No! Oh, man. Okay, it was close. It was so close. I was avoiding it, too. So now we have to do a little backup strat, which is totally fine. Gonna go over here and get this. Leave me alone. There we go. And that's it. Time up. Hit the timer. Still sub 10 minutes, though, with the death, so that's not bad at all. And that's it. That is the Ninja Spirit on TurboGrafx 16. I'm not kidding, folks. If you're looking for like a 12-hour challenge or a really good game to learn a speedrun from, this game's a fantastic one to do it. It's just got a lot of fun. It's really fun to learn and play through it casually and all that kind of stuff. So please consider it if you do. And more importantly, join me. I'll be donating. I hope you have a chance to, if you can, if you're able, please donate. It's a really great cause that we're raising money for here with the Calithon Fire Relief. So, like I said, as a Southern California, I am really appreciative of a marathon supporting a charity like this. So, everyone, thanks for watching. If you're interested at all in some TurboGrafx 16 stuff, we have a wonderful Discord community. That's mostly what I play on stream is a lot of TurboGrafx 16 games. So, if you're at all interested, stop by, say hi. Calithon, thank you so much for allowing these games to be run here, and I hope we have a great rest of the marathon. Stay around. It's going to be a great weekend of games. Awesome games on the list. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you again, LattMackey. It was a wonderful run. It's a lot of fun to watch. We'll be going to another quick break, and coming back once we come back will be Eldra playing Mega Man Super Fighting Robot.